You know, I've reviewed a lot of budget guitars here on the channel, and for good reason. We don't all have $1,000 to $2,000 to spend every time we want to get a new guitar. So I'm always kind of on the hunt to find the deals so I can share them with you. Well, this right here might be the best deal that I've found yet. $119 is all I paid for this, and well, I guess right now you'll be paying about $139 if you're looking for it. I'll explain. This is one of the guitars in the brand new debut series from Fender and Squire. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yeah, the debut series from Fender. This is an official Fender guitar. It's a Squire, but it's still a Fender. I kind of feel like this was their answer to all these inexpensive Chinese guitars that are out there. I mean, you know, you can get a really nice guitar from Firefly or Fesley or any number of other Chinese companies that are actually quite good. Usually in the range of $160 to $300. Well, this beats them out right here at $119. Now, it comes at a small price for that small price. Yeah, this is not like a Players series or something like that. It is a little bit thinner. Well, let's go through all of the stuff on this. So originally they just had it in a regular Strat configuration and they didn't have very many colors. I think there was just black and tobacco burst or something like that. And so, you know, basically 3 single coils. This is an HSS or humbucker single. And when I saw that, I was actually looking for the Telecaster that just was released for US sale. And I saw this and was like, oh dude, first of all, I love seafoam. This is just a great color. Second of all, HSS, that is my preference when it comes to a Strat. Third of all, I saw that it has the 6 screws for the tremolo here. So I've actually got a Vega trim that might be really nice on this guitar. So I was like, ooh, yeah, snatched it up, man, 119 bucks. A couple of days later, if I'm looking at the Amazon listing right now, it says Fender Squire Debut Series, Stratocaster HSS electric guitar, beginner guitar, 2-year warranty, includes free lessons, seafoam green with satin urethane finish. And that's another thing that really got me with this. I love that satin finish. It's just, I don't know what it is. I like it. And that might have been a little bit of a cost saving for them since it's not the shiny polyurethane or whatever. But my point is that it's selling for $139.99 now. And as far as I know, I believe that Amazon is the only place to get the debut series, which makes sense because it's kind of their answer to all these inexpensive Amazon guitars, right? What's kind of cool is that I didn't know that they also have a hardtail humbucker single. So if you don't want to have the tremolo, deal with all that, hardtail. Costs the same amount though. And as far as colors go, there's black, there is the sunburst, there's a Dakota red, which I also have the debut Telecaster on the way. It should be here today. I did get the Dakota red in that. And of course, seafoam green. They have a really good point in the listing. They say that it is a trusted company of 75 years. Yes, Fender's definitely, now they are made in China, but compared to other Chinese made guitars, I would say that this one, they've definitely looked at making sure that everything is to their standards, right? Designed for beginners, the Squire Debut Series Fender Stratocaster includes a super comfortable C-shaped neck, Laurel fingerboard, and thin, lightweight body for more comfort and playability. And it really is thin. I think the standard Stratocaster thinness or thickness is just short of 2 inches, and this is 1.5 inches thick, which might present problems if you're looking to replace the tremolo on here, the bridge, and put, you know, a floating bridge on here, whatever. I'm looking at putting the Vega trim on here, and I don't know. It might stick out the back just a little bit. We'll see. But the other side of that is that it is really, really lightweight, and that's good for comfort. Of course, it has 2 single coil pickups and a humbucking bridge pickup with 5-way switching for a variety of classic Strat tones, tremolo bridge, and removable arm for exciting string bending effects. Now, I have used the tremolo on this, and it stays in tune okay. A lot better than most of the other budget guitars that I've tested out, but if I'm going to be using the tremolo on this, which I really want to, I'm probably going to switch it out. Now, just to be clear, this is a different guitar than, say, the Sonic series or the Player series or anything else, and it's specific to this debut thing. There's a few things though, like it doesn't have the skunk stripe on the back of the neck, right? Well, I don't really care about that so much. The neck actually feels really, really comfortable. It has that satin finish on it, and I love that. So I don't like to have high gloss stuff on my neck at all. And of course, if you're looking at all these budget guitars, they have pretty decent looking headstocks, but I mean, you've got the classic Fender headstock there, and I like that a lot. The tuning machines on this are just, you know, they're tuning machines. They're not the best. definitely going to be replacing those. But again, when you pay $119, or in this case now it's $139, even at that, what is that, $20 more? That leaves you a lot of money to do the things that you want to the guitar. So if you buy a $500 guitar, buying all that extra stuff is probably not the move. As far as what came inside the package, we did get a manual, which I'm pleasantly surprised that the manual goes through all of the different types of bridges that could be on here. It goes through, you know, adjusting your neck, adjusting intonation. It goes through pretty much everything, so that's a good thing. Also inside there, got your tremolo arm. It's a screw-in standard tremolo arm, and you've got an Allen wrench to adjust your truss rod, which the truss rod adjustment is right there at the top. A lot of times the Chinese-made budget guitars also come with a gig bag. This does not come with that. You know, you might have to add a couple of things in there, but again, even at $139, it's less money than most of the Chinese budget guitars. Well, let's go ahead and plug it into the Angle Fireball 25. I'll give you some clean, I'll give you some distorted, and I can just tell you this thing plays really nicely. Let's go check it out. All right, well, let's start out with some clean to really hear what these 5 different positions on this switch are, okay? So we'll just do a... And the last position. So in each one of these positions, when it's all the way down here, it's just the humbucker. When it's up here, it's the humbucker and the middle pickup. When it's right there, it's the middle pickup and the neck pickup. Oh, I think I lost a place. So when it's all the way down there, it is your humbucker pickup. When we take it up to this, you've got your humbucker and this pickup. In the middle, I think it's all 3 of these pickups. There, we've got these 2 pickups. And then there, just that pickup. Take it all the way to the top now. I personally like that position right there for most parts of anything. All right, let's go ahead and give it some dirt. In that position right there for your humbucker. Okay, let's just run through them. So there is the humbucker position. I prefer the humbucker and almost always do, but it's nice to have the options. And if you wanted to get that thicker sound, you could just whoop right up here. Ultimately, this thing has some really good sound, especially for $119. Well, I keep saying that. It's now $139. but the price could go back down. I don't know, put it in your basket and wait a couple days and see. Playability on this is really nice. The neck feels really good. The finish on the back of the neck does not make my hand stick, and I like that quite a bit. You know, the body is nice and rounded. There's a couple of little weird things, you know, maybe sanding or something like that, a little couple of imperfections, but I'm not that worried about it. This is a great guitar, and I'm gonna be modding it a little bit. Definitely gonna be putting those liking tuners on here. And if it'll work, I'm putting that Vega trim on here as well. I'm also thinking about taking out one of these tone controls, moving the volume control down there, and put a kill switch right there. The volume control kind of gets in my way, and sometimes I end up turning it down as I'm playing. That's just a thing with Strat position, but that would make it nice. Move that down there, kill switch right there. Oh yeah. So there we go. I mean, this thing has the classic Strat tones. It has that snarly humbucker in the bridge position. Well, I've had this for a few days now. I guess it's about time to take these tags off of here. But all in all, this is, man, I am just thrilled. I was kind of, we'll see how it goes. And the beauty of Amazon is that if I don't like it, I can just return it, right? But it turns out that it's actually quite nice, and I'm very, very happy. Just a couple little things, like the humbucker back here. Looks like the tape that was wound around it got it kind of pushed up underneath it. That's fine. Action is very good out of the box, but I could probably adjust that just a little bit. I'm waiting to decide whether I want to put the Vega trim on there or not. And one of the things I noticed that is just, wow. Okay, first of all, some of the early ones that went out, people complained that it had sharp fret ends. I don't have that on this at all. There are no sharp fret ends. And just look at how polished those frets are. I mean, they are shiny. And typically when I get one of these budget guitars, they're not like that. Typically pretty scratchy right off the bat. The neck might not be as thin as, say, my Jackson JS11, but it's thinner than my Mexican Strat right there, my Made in Mexico Strat. So for me, the neck is just right. And again, I don't really care about the skunk stripe on there. I just want to know, does this guitar play good? Does it sound good? And, well, does it look good? And I think it does. All of the body cuts on this thing are great. Oh, it also doesn't have the, you know, official Fender neck plate back on there. So, you know, it would have been nice to, how hard and how expensive is it to just put a neck plate that has Fender on there? Just to make you feel a little bit better, right? But all in all, it's pretty great. Well, there you go. That is the Fender Squire Debut Series Stratocaster HSS configuration. That's humbucker, single. I dig it, and I would buy it again. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. Got to help that algorithm. So if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and a notification bell. Click both of those. You'll get notifications when I upload new videos. Just leave a comment, any comment, just say hi, whatever, you know, that definitely helps as well. And speaking of helping, there is a thanks button down below this video. If you feel so inclined, you can go ahead and click that. You can toss a couple bucks my way. It is not inexpensive to run these channels, as you can probably tell. So every penny counts, and I just really appreciate you either way. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.